Hi everyone, this is Professor Amy Nelson, and I will be teaching your Nursing 1000 course for this second part of spring semester. As you guys have learned, we are turning this face-to-face and hybrid course to now just fully online to follow the standards of the coronavirus recommendations of the CDC. So I am going to walk you through your Blackboard site, how you access things like your course content, your announcements, discussion boards, quizzes, activities, and where you would submit your final PowerPoint presentation project. Okay, so first we're going to start how you would access your course. Once you go to your Blackboard site, you're going to go click where it says courses, and then you're going to choose your course. Our course number, our CRN, is 14897, and it'll say Nelson Healthcare Concepts. Once you click on that, your site will look similar to this. Now mine will be a little different because I am editing content and putting it out there. You guys will only see announcements that I make available for you. So if you go to the start here, you can go under where it says course specific items, and this will have first a announcement about myself and who I am and where my office location is, etc. Now you see my office is located at Metro Health Careers and Science Building in room 320. We do have some limited office hours due to the restrictions. However, if you do need to meet, the easiest way is to email me and we can set up an appointment for that. The next thing I want you to look at is your syllabus. So under the syllabus, you're going to click on that and we'll open it up here and it'll show you the syllabus for the course. These are the different instructors who teach this course and all of our information as far as our phone numbers and our offices. This is also where you would find my email address, which is right here at amy.nelson@tri-c.edu. Next thing I want you to take a look at is that this is a 1 credit hour course and it lasts for 5 weeks. It'll give you information about course catalog description, about the course itself. And then if you move down, it will talk about attendance tracking. Every time you log onto Blackboard to either watch a video, a PowerPoint presentation, to do a quiz, Blackboard will log in your attendance. So I will be able to see what students are logging on and what students are, and that will count as your attendance. There's also the method for grading. So you can see here that we have quizzes and examinations, mainly just quizzes for us, and we are doing those weekly. We're also going to have discussion boards, which is where you're also going to receive points as well, and then a final assignment. Note that the final assignment does have a due date, which is that last Sunday after our last Wednesday class, and I'll go over that in a moment. If it is turned in late, there is a deduction for every day it's turned in late up to 3 days, and then after that, it will not be accepted at all. If you look here, this is how the point breakdown is. Your career portfolio PowerPoint project is the main one, and that one is due, the one I was talking about, the Sunday after the last day of class. That one is worth 30 points. You will have 5 discussion boards throughout the 5 weeks. Those are usually due on the Sunday nights after each class. I will discuss those in a moment. Those will be worth between 5 and 10 points depending on the discussion board. You will also have weekly quizzes. Those quizzes will open up after Wednesday's class every Wednesday, and they will close that following Sunday before midnight, so at 11:59 p.m. And you have that time to do those quizzes, and those will be fully online in that Blackboard site as well, and that's 100 points. Right now we're using the typical college grading scale for the ABC grades for 70% and higher, and then anything under 70% is considered an F. And then there's also the options to do a withdraw or incomplete if that need be. And then the rest of the syllabus is just typical to the other syllabi that you are used to working with in your other courses. And it'll just give you information about anything you might need to understand about things on campus, etc. Okay, so I'm going to come out of our syllabus, and the next thing I'm going to go to is your schedule. So this is course outline and calendar. If you click on this Nursing 1000 lecture schedule, you will look at the schedule that I've put in place for your class particularly. So this is how the breakdown is going to be. In week 1, these are the concepts we are doing. So this first week, we are defining concepts about communication, collaboration, healthcare, environment, healthcare organization, and healthcare law. These are the chapters that you're required to read in your textbook, and I will go over again which textbook that should be. You should all have the Foundations of Interprofessional Collaborative Practice in Healthcare, and that's available at your campus bookstore. Then these are the activities for this week. So you see that there is an online syllabus quiz. That one is worth 5 points and is due on Sunday, March 22nd, and that will be due by 11:59 p.m. This online syllabus is a quick quiz to have you review what you've read in the syllabus. So once you've looked at the syllabus, it's going to ask you questions to make sure that you're understanding the syllabus. The next thing you will have do is a discussion board. We will have discussion boards every week following our class in order to make sure that we are understanding the content of each week's lecture and that we are not only discussing things, but we are answering each other, other of your classmates' questions and their comments as well. That discussion board is worth 5 points, and that too is due on Sunday, March 22nd at 11:59. I will start off by assigning each of you guys, or not necessarily assigning, suggesting different topics for your assignment for your career portfolio PowerPoint project, which is due in week 5. Now, normally we had assigned every group a topic, and then there was a group presentation, but because we're going to do this slightly different, I'm going to have you guys each do your own individual PowerPoint, and I'm going to allow you to choose your own topic. So basically, you're choosing a type of nursing that you are researching and presenting on for the rest of the class, as well as for myself. I can give you some suggestions on which topics that you may want to use. Some of the different nursing career topics that you can choose for your PowerPoint project could be researching flight or emergency room nursing, hospice or long-term care nursing, researching school nursing, that's at every level of schooling from elementary on up to college, as well as nursing education and becoming a nurse educator. You can do specialties like obstetrical, psychology, or pediatric nursing. You can look into community health nursing, triage centers, urgent cares. You can look into surgical nursing like nurse anesthetist, nurse tech, scrub tech, different types of nursing in that realm. So these are just some suggestions that you can do as your career topic. You are allowed to choose for yourself. And then please email me or put in the discussion board which topic that you're thinking of choosing if you're having some trouble getting started, or you can just go ahead and pick one and start on your project. This whole week, as you can see, is worth 10 points, and that's between the 5-point quiz and the 5-point discussion board. So when you go on, there's week 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 you can see here. Week 2, we're talking about ethics, safety, and evidence-based practice. These are the chapters to read. Now notice that when we start with week 2, our quizzes are now due on the Tuesday before the Wednesday class. So technically our class was supposed to be Wednesdays from 6 to 7:30. We're still going to use Wednesday as our class date. So our quizzes will be due the Tuesday before that following Wednesday class. So this quiz on this information that you read will be due Tuesday on March 24th by 11:59 p.m. And then all of our discussion boards will always be due the following Sunday by 11:59 p.m. And then notice here, the discussion boards from week 2 on are worth 10 points as opposed to 5 points because the content gets a little bit more difficult. So this whole week is worth 15 points, and so on and so forth. You'll see it in week 3 when we discuss healthcare quality, informatics, and technology. In week 4, we discuss health promotion, cultural diversity, and patient education. And in week 5, we talk about professional identity and clinical judgment. Now notice here in blue, I have different information. That's regarding your PowerPoint presentation project, and I will go over that in just a moment. I just want to show you on this last week, in week 5, which is our final week of the course, we will have an online quiz as usual that will be due the Tuesday before the class, so April 14th. The actual project, what we're talking about, will be due Sunday on 4/19 by 11:59 p.m. That's worth the full 30 points. And you will have a discussion board regarding those projects due the same time, Sunday night, 4/19 by 11:59 p.m. So this whole week requires a total point of 45 points. So in the blue here is discussing the things that you need to include in each one of your PowerPoint projects. So we call this career portfolio or career PowerPoint. All those things kind of mean the same thing. We're talking about that final career research PowerPoint that you're turning in at the end of those 5 weeks. So after we learn about things like healthcare law and healthcare organization, you're going to take this time to start your PowerPoint presentation, and you're going to create 2 slides on your PowerPoint. And keep in mind, it must be in PowerPoint format. It cannot be a PDF. It cannot be a Word document. It has to be on PowerPoint. You're going to do 2 slides on identifying of the healthcare career that you chose and the type of environment. So an example would be, I chose obstetrical nursing specialty, and my healthcare environment would be a labor and delivery unit in a hospital. So in those 2 slides, you're going to not only identify what the career is and some information about it, but you're also going to talk about the environment and where you would find it. You could also find it, the obstetrical nursing, in like a freestanding birthing center. So you could, it doesn't necessarily limit you to one environment. There are lots of different types of nursing careers that can practice in multiple environments. The second week, we're asking you to add 2 slides on nursing or healthcare related theory. So in week 2, you guys are going to learn about nursing theory and nursing theorists, and what the theory is and how you can incorporate that into the type of nursing career that you chose to research. So there will be 2 slides on that in week 2. In week 3, you're going to add 2 slides on environment, 2 slides on the theory, which is going to be from before, and then what would be in addition is 3 slides on quality, informatics, and technology. So notice that you added 2 slides from week 1, 2 slides from week 2, 3 slides from week 3, and that's how it will go on and so forth. So really by midpoint at this time in the class in week 3, you really should have a solid 7 slides done. And then also be looking at making a title slide as well as a reference page. And that reference page must be done in APA format. I will show you where you can find information on how to do APA format. So you've got, at this point, the 7 slides plus 1 title page plus 1 reference page. Then as you move into week 4 and we start talking about health promotion and cultural diversity as well as patient education, you're going to go ahead and add a slide on professional identity. Okay, and lastly, in week 5, you're going to put all those things together and then you're going to turn those in. So at this point, you will have your 2 slides from here, 2 slides from week 2, 3 slides from week 3, another slide from week 4. So that's 8 slides plus the title page and the reference page. So it's a total of 10 slides worth 30 points. And make sure that you include a title on every slide. And then I'm going to show you where you guys can submit that. And then that's going to be that final grade for that. Okay, so I'm going to come out of your schedule at this point. And this is really all you really need to access under the Start Here tab is the introduction of myself here, your syllabus, which you're going to have a quiz on, and your lecture schedule for you to follow along when things are due.